hello. Words. It seems like, hopefully, everything. Let me turn this down. Hopefully, okay, I've just lost it. Welcome back to Shadowrun, Shadows of Kong, where we're doing the extended campaign for max value characters. We've legitimately got 2 missions left for this campaign, which is very exciting, because we get to do revenge rules. But until we do them, we need to just go buy health kits and jump off to go do it. Previously we did, I forget what it was called. We had to protect Lily from both factions. I forget what this run was called. Basically, we had to protect someone who from 2 corporations. It was our choice to make that, but we've come back to talk to everybody of our crew, and then we'll I'm with you. With a flick of static, a video feed winks on the screen. Kindly Shang stares into the camera, clutching a Chicago wrapped in green paper. She looks tired, her eyes droop, and the table behind her is crowded with lipsticks, smudged glasses, and murky liquid. Hugh Jin, I trust you're doing well and keeping your eyes and ears open like I told you. She rises a cigarette to her lip and slowly, a language motion, takes a puff with a smack of her lips. For my part, I've kept my eyes open for you. A pair of eyes, actually. Never mind who I have watching you. It isn't important. Just know that that a representation of mine is there with you, watching your back, reporting your progress. In a very real way, your auntie is right there with you, even as you're watching this recording. She turns back to the camera, contemplating glass on a desk. That is all, dear. Just a quick update with you. She selects a glass, raises it, and pours a container down her throat. For your part, the rules are the same as they always were. When we spoke on comms, stay alive, don't trust the cops, and above all, don't fuck up. The video feed flickers and dies, you find yourself back on the file menu. Job directory, claim payment for the extraction. You finish, the job is finished, and wait for a response. A few minutes later, a message pops up on screen. I'm attaching your fee. Thanks again for what you did. I know you didn't get as quiet. I know things didn't go quite as planned. I'm impressed you stuck it out. I don't really know where I'm going next. Maybe I'll try a pair somewhere in Europe or the UCAS. Get a fresh pair of eyes on my condition. Still, anything better than being kept a prisoner in my own house. Okay, you have a tiger's den. That's it. Don't have any sales data. Do we have any VVS words? More police files. Dang, I'm combing through all the police file entries. Lots of them are misdemeanors, but here's a zinger. Carbon Chang, Cam Fiend, robbed banks to feed the monkey. No convictions yet. Well, sounds about right, except for the fact that I don't have a problem with Cam. Man, I just can barely remember the last time I used. Yeah, right, funk. But then check this out. Assassin Lee Wong gave the pigs his client list. Riding Johnson soon. Oh, I wouldn't like that spread all over the Matrix about me, true or not. Jumbled words. I don't think Yankee Doodle jacked out post haste. You don't think I think Yankee Doodle jacked out post haste. You don't think somebody's in deep shih tzu. Going to the dogs. More push pins. Hey guys, I got a caffeine shivers real bad, so I braved outside. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. Do tell. It isn't. I came back to this. You should consider your actions before you act. Enjoy your cap, Jay. Just as weird as the previous message you got. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, another 5 syllables counting the J. I think you're being menaced by a haiku, Pinky. Didn't Jivebot speak in haikus? Yeah, oh god, it's bringing that Jivebot. Oh, that's great. I'm smiling really happy. You know, the poetry program I've used with Rogue ESP then started speaking in all caps. Were the pushpins themselves in all caps, Pinky? Yeah, the pushpins were all in cap. Rogue ESP, you said? Are they dangerous? Before you flip out about it, people somehow in a virtual entity is going to write poems in these space. Why would aim at you, Pinky? Why would they aim at you, Pinky? She's never hurt anybody. Well, that run that I was telling you about in the lab, and they were working on these tiny robots that could work together to move heavy objects. Basically, robot ants. Anyway, I might have let them go, you know, on accident. Just so we're getting this straight, you're afraid that runaway poetry software is forcing a bunch of tiny robot ants to leave you threatening messages right in thumbtacks. Pushpins. They were pushpins. Stuck in a pipe. Please help. I'm wedged in a pipe in a Lama power station. I was making a discreet exit via disused pipe system, and now my gear got hooked on something. I'm trapped in the fragging pipe, and my partner's not answering his PDA. We split the pay on the pay if you get me out of here and complete the job. Hey, Shaz and Joe, are you listening? This could be the milk run we were waiting on. Just retrieve some guy from the exit. Piece of cake considering the main job's already done. Slow down, GC. We can a bit more about your situation. Stick Wicket 336. Hey, Chosen Joe. I'm relieved you saw this. Sending you the blueprints now, plus my coordinates. I'll owe you big time. Considering how much trouble you get yourself into, you tend to say that a lot. Okay, you got files on Sticky. Are you underwater? Yeah, it could be. You could probably bring scuba gear and some case of laser cutters device. No, oh, no, Sticky. You do understand what happens if we cut an underwater pipe while you're in it, right? Okay, we're not going to do it Sticky way, but we'll come up with another plan, right? We are going to help Sticky, yeah? George, my friend, this is the very definition of not a milk run. Graffiti. Has anyone noticed some really weird graffiti scrawled by Hioi entrance towards city? Free enterprise zone is not free. When corps have rigged prosperity. Okay, that's fairly basic. Yeah, it was all over town actually. How about that one right on Queensway? Whom exactly does the council serve? What fate do the treacherous tigers deserve? A dig at Eastern Tiger or the whole corrupted lot of them? I'm down with the anti-megacorp sentiment, but the Velisky could be a little lame. But it's not just about megacorp. Spot the one in Hong Kong Ferry Pier. Bullets erupt at 4:45. Who's the SDU searching for? I know everybody who's ever picked up a can of spray paint in Hong Kong, but I don't recognize the work. I suspect that we're dealing with some kind of collective movement. The Tigers may even be working together. Hey, Tagman, is there any sort of graffiti in all caps? Did you see anything like tiny footprints in paint? For the last time, Pinky, you're not being stalked by robot ants. You wouldn't think it's so funny if they were coming for you. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go talk to everybody. Then we're gonna get onto the run. Probably gonna have to buy some, Ragdar's machine shop is oddly silent. The great fabricator arms are hanging from the ceiling motionless. Yoshi goes out towards you, acknowledging your presence with a tap of its forelegs. Ragnar notices you and beckons you forward. Well, my friend, it seems that we're coming to the end of the road. We've known where we need to go, to the ridiculous named Tiger's Den, to find evidence that the senior inspectors need so badly. There are no other jobs to distract us. We may as well gear up for the task and get it over with. That's the plan. We're heading to the Tiger's Den next. Very good. I'll pick my things up. If there's anything you'd like to discuss before we go, if so, speak your mind. I'm always happy to talk. Okay, what do you think of the last one? I won't lie, my friend. The Lily Lad strike tried my patience. I'm not a babysitter, and I'm being forced to endure, indeed, to protect a loud-mouthed brat with my teeth on edge. He examines his fingernails. In truth, I'm rather proud I was able to restrain Kyoshi from slicing her premature permanent. What the hell, Richter? Budding with power. You would have killed a child? Does that surprise you? You already know that I am incapable of feeling remorse. He shrugs. When Kyoshi rips man to shreds on the job, I feel nothing save for the warm satisfaction of the job well done. I can't imagine slicing Lilia would have felt any different. The drone scowls, stands statue still, motionless save for the crest waving peg pads. The red glow from its visual center's pulse as you focus on you. That said, for record, I have not harmed any children to date. There are some lines that no civilized man should not cross, regardless of the station of his consciousness. I'm glad to hear we're on the same page then. Fear not, my friend. You have nothing to worry about from me. Considering how things worked out, though, it might have been better if Miss Lei, if I had taken her life. It certainly would have been cleaner. For Miss Lee's sake, I hope your decision to kill everybody pays off in the long run somehow. Yes, she almost certainly died slow, agonizing death without the help of specialized care. But there are no guarantees in life. She could miraculously recover, a spontaneous readmission perhaps. In the sixth world, anything is possible. How do you... Okay, cool. Gotta go. Okay, cool. I'm glad he holds himself above killing a child. That's always good. That's always good. Hey Gachu, what's up? Gachu is hunched over, holding something long and thin in one hand, then a short knife in the other. He shifts place, and the motion you see him caving in a stick. He's already know to dodge further holes in the wood, and is busy forming it into another approximate flute. He appears to be struggling with the task. Let me see here. Maybe that will be better. He lifts the flute to his lips, blows it, pursues a drunken warble of the sort that might be uttered by a dying bird, assuming that it was underwater at the time. Dear God, that's a really good sentence. That's a really good sentence. Gachu narrows his milky white eyes at the flute, then holds it to the corner of the room. I know my limitations. Carving a fruit is apparently beyond me, unless my goal is to frighten children. Now then, what may I do for you? Do you ever think about Ishida and the rest of your team? Weird question, but we're gonna ask it. Not especially. After our battle, I made my decision not to dwell on the earlier parts of my life. If killing my former comrades is what it took to free myself, it would be a disservice to undermine their sacrifice. Gachu folds his arms over his chest. It was a necessary act. You convinced me of this, and I still believe you are correct. Now I consider it, it is likely that I would not be here with you if I had not acted. I would likely have fled Hong Kong. See you later, Gachu. Because he was not on the last run. Time to go talk to Duncan. They did not give a lot of people dialogue, like the huge amounts of dialogue between missions as for main game. Makes sense, as we only got 2 missions left of this campaign, by the way. Did you do something in the room? It feels different. Duncan leans back, his head puzzled on his face. No? He looks around the cabin. No, what are you talking about? I'm not sure, it's just really cold in here though. Duncan pulls off his goggles, looking around. I don't feel anything, what's wrong with you? No, it's nothing, don't worry about it. Duncan, irritation grows, the muscles on his neck tense up. What the hell are you telling me? Spit out, Yang. Oh my god. Well, I heard a couple of sailors talk about the mysterious drownings around here. If something like that sounded like they were saying a poltergeist was behind the murders. He leans forward, then groans, grabs his face in his hands, and talks to the floor. Are you shitting me? A ghost? As if not the kind of spirit that God summons, but an actual dead person with rattling chains and a white sheet over his head. Look, Yang, the Sixth World is a strange place, but I'm not an idiot, and I'm not about to fall for this half-assed prank of yours. I'm done, get out. Whisper, shh, did you feel that? Okay, we're just messing with it. It's just a window, I probably left it open. Now this... Whisper, Duncan, you don't have any windows in here. He stops himself and turns around and examines the walls. No windows. You watch him run his tongue nervously across his bottom teeth. This is bullshit. There's no such thing. Grab him. It's the ghost. Duncan reels backwards, almost tipping over the delicate forwards and slamming into all of the thuds. His expression changes, shifts from horror to embarrassment, fury that you haven't seen since you were kids. Motherfucking he leaps at you. Get out, laughs. His voice suddenly drops into a volume and leave now. You can tell that he's crossed to a point of no return. There's no reason for him to leave. As you hear behind him, you hear heavy panting as Duncan watches you walk away. I like that. That's like the first like utterly sibling type of interaction that you get with him. It's great. Hey Isabel, what's up? Okay. Isabel leans forward from Ultimus, her neck tilts up backwards, her head rests on a thick rope of twisted wires. Her misty white persona stares down at you from the wide-mounted display. Her persona's white looks back at you, her hands on her hips. She leans forward. Can't talk right now, Hyujin. I'm busy, really busy. This will only take a sec. I don't have a second. I'm in the middle of something important, damn it. Alright, later. We are just gonna do later. Not gonna bother pushing that. Well, I guess that's it, huh? I mean, we've done everything that people around here had for us, like Vicon Tower run the gig in the undersea lab. Nothing left to do but hit the police station and get the evidence that the task force needs for a card now. That was the words. Looks that way. Good, because I want to see the woman suffer. She had her pupil put a bullet through Nightjar's head, and gunshots, I guess, but nobody cared about him. Nightjar, though, he's been waiting too long for justice already. Now that we're exhausted at other options, maybe we can go get it for him. That's the plan, Gobert. She nods slowly. I'm gonna hold you to that. Now tell me why you're here. How your rats doing? She shrugs. Manders and Foley are fine. Give them food and places to hide, and they can adapt pretty much anything. They're kind of inspirational that way, you know? Gives me something to look up to. Why would you say that? I wish I had someone to look up to like that. Sadly, everyone I know is beneath me. You look up to your pets? She nods slowly. They're positive role models, yes. You do remember who my tome is, right? I mean, seriously. Capital R, right, is your spirit tire. Madness and Folly are rodents that you pull out of your... fair enough. Consider the subject dropped, actually. God, I love Madness and Folly, so lay off. She strokes the coat. I mean, what? They still have behavioral problems sometimes, but still, her sentence dissolves into a series of yelps and grunts as she tries to wrestle the animal's door open. Want some help with that? No, I'll be fine. Besides, I'll hurt her. You'll hurt her. She, my brain just goes, why is the dial? So, this is weird. This is weird. It's paused me. It's another stroke. I don't know who they got to write this extra campaign, but a lot of the dialogue just seems meaner for no apparent reason. Like, you usually have the mean option, but like, it seems like there's a lot more meaner dialogue. I'll be fine. Besides, you'll hurt her. She flicks Flory on the nose with her fingernail, and the rat releases her finger. Gobert whips around her hand, and her mouth stuck on the wounds. See, it all worked out. Ouch. In the end, I guess it did. Can we talk about something else? Oh, what do you think of the last run? That Lily Lau was a precocious scamp, a little scamp, wasn't she? All piss and vinegar, that one. I mean, she was older than both of us put together, and that bratty kid thing was just an act, but she had me going there for a while. Killing everybody and leaving Lily to figure things out for herself, it was a novel solution, I'll give you that. But who knows, maybe she'll do better on her own. In her shoes, that's what I'd wanted, I'll tell you that much. And we got paid, so it was a happy ending for everyone, except for the people that we killed. Anyway, so yeah, okay, cool. Swarm to the touch. No idea what it's about, but let's go get some medical supplies and then leave to do the main mission. We got we got 2 more missions, so I don't know how long this run is going to be, but we're going to how much new end do we have? Well, we're about to find out when we go. Because I would like to get more cybernetics, I just haven't had the chance to, because of how much, these things cost. Yeah. Like, yeah, no, I don't think we can buy any, like, any now. Let's see. Like, there's a specific one that I want, but I don't think I have enough for it yet. It's this one, yeah, it's 2,000. It's extra brain processing abilities. But let's go, let's just carry on. We got the medical supplies that's gonna keep us alive, so let's go carry on with the missions. Okay, did not realize we had more things. Tell me about the sun ships. Okay, so I was just reading that. Okay, cool. That's the hell of a speedboat you got there. He breathes at you, it starts glistening. A thing of beauty, isn't she? With Jumo at the wheel, the drunken mistake can outrun anything in the South China Sea. The drunken mistake, how did she get that name? Well, her former owner was a Fuji exclusive, a bloated crank of a man, drunk on power and British gin. Captain Juno barks with laughter. He took his fine vessel out on one of the main pleasure cruises, bundled into low waters, and stalled her out. I came upon her, drifting helplessly, crying for help, for the roar of the uncaring sea. What did you do? What do you think? Jomo is not so heartless as to leave a helpless man on a doomed ship alone. Naturally, I assisted to force all onto my safety seaworthy dinghy, then crossed over to the beautiful machine that you see here, and restrained her and restarted her engines, and the rest is history. I named my prize the Drunken Mistake to commemorate that fateful day and salute her former owner. Jumo places her hand on his arm. May he live long, boastful life wherever the tides may have taken him. And if the waves dragged him down before he saw land again, let him drink forever in the afterlife. Damn, alright, Juno, I kinda like that spirit. Alright, time to go to the Tiger's Den. I'm taking Gachi, Rector, and Gobber. Confirm. Might not be the best idea to take Gachi since we need to keep a low profile, and he is a ghoul, but we'll see how well this goes. The drunken mistake screams over Kowloon Bay, cutting through the grey skies and greyer waters. Around you, the grim faces of the skyline as German steals towards Khan's office. The Tiger Den. Ku and Lam assist you, assure you that even if everything goes to plan, the run should be relatively low risk. Ample experience tells you that plans often go astray, and that low risk Shadowruns rarely stay that way. But you also know that the reward for this run outweighs the risk. The incoming data from the Den's evidence room should be more than enough to bury Khan and expose our clients, cementing your position with Kindly Sheng forever. Jeremy cuts the engines. The drunken mistake drifts towards the station's loading dock. It's go time. That's fair enough. Inventory. Let's put you have this, and then let's give you some health kits. So you're not going to be completely outstated there. I need to give you this, then I'll give you another health kit. Life Siphon seems to work really well, I'm going to be honest. Let's take another spirit thing and give you a get up. Confirm. No, wait a minute. We also need to give you a better gun, because your current gun kind of always sucks, Gobber. So yeah, let's go do this. The wood of the dog feels... The wood of the dog? That's wood? Okay. The wood of the dog feels comfortably solid under your feet. Your stomach lurches away, the legacy of a long, bumpy, hidden trip hidden under a tarp of Jomo's speedboat. The sound of water sloshes beneath your feet isn't helping. Remind me not to do that again, seriously. Next time I'll swim if it comes to it. Captain Jomo barks all laugh. Wouldn't recommend that, beautiful girl. Lots of sharks out there, both normal and awakened, nastier things too. And any one of you would be, any of them would be too happy to snap up a thing like you. We'll keep that in mind. I will wait here at the boat. You come back to me when your business is done, and I'll take you home. He gestures to a uniformed constable in the distance. She nods slightly in respect. You see her? That lady, PC Shang, is your contact. She'll get you into the building. Thanks, Jomo. She shrugs. Of course, you're my client. You pay me, I take you wherever you want to go. I help you, and you get me out of safe, and you get out of this safe, and then maybe you pay me again tomorrow, and you'll see someplace else. Go on, raid your police station. I'll wait here with Drunken Mistake and protect her from the advances of any swine who might try to impound her. He casts a longing look at his speedboat. Don't leave us waiting, Jomo is possessed of many fine qualities, but patience isn't one. Don't worry, we'll make this as fast as we can. Oh yeah, we'll try and make this as fast as we can. The constable beckons you forward nervously. She's doing her best to stay calm, but you can see that she's sweating as you approach. Her gaze swings back to the station's door. You're here, right on time. Good. She brushes a strand of hair out her eyes. I don't think I could have waited much longer. Constable Sheng glances past you, swallowing at you, her pale lips drawn tight. You brought a goddamn ghoul to a police station? What the hell's wrong with you? Her voice is a harsh whisper. Don't worry, I'm a fast talker. She really is. And if things should go awry, we will simply kill anyone who resists. It is a remarkably effective solution. Sheng continues to eyeball you like you've sprouted a second head, and the veins on your neck are bulging. Veins on her neck. After a few tense moments, she exhales explosively. Fine, but if you talk to anyone in there and things go south, it's on your head. Now, I've got a badge for you that should give you some access to the station's floor. But if you draw attention to yourself or your cannibal friend that I can't vouch for your safety, be very careful about letting him be noticed. She reaches into a large pocket, fishes out an object, slick and plastic, simple slip of plastic, slick and shiny, it contains an alligator chip. The word visitors emboldened on the front. Stylish and functional, I like it. You should. It'll mark you as a friendly to the station systems. You tried to enter the Tiger's Den without one. Those chipped at you automatic systems would sound the general alarm. Every cop in the building would converge on your location. The only issue there is that things at the front gate, and only after if you're through security checks, anyone who sees you would assume that you're supposed to be there. As long as you don't do anything to arouse suspicion, you should be fine. And this badge of yours, it will get us up to the second floor? I'm afraid not. I was able to get you the badges, but I don't think the security work for security desk. And then there's things that you need to get access to the elevator. I'll tell you what, though. The desk sergeant is on duty. Shang is a friend of mine. Tell him that you need to meet with Maya in admin. I go over some paperwork, and he'll upgrade your badge to clearance rating. You'll see him. I've seen him do 100 times. Man, admin, got it. Good. And I think that's everything. There's not many constables in the building, just enough to keep the police station running and make sure that interrogation subjects don't escape. If anything, you should be pretty dead in there. Works for me. Good. I don't want to kill any more of you than your people than I have to. But there's some decent people in there. Well, on the ground floor, at least, just regular cops. Trying to do their jobs while looking the other way. I don't have any close friends in there or anything, but that doesn't mean that I want to see everyone get slaughtered. On the off chance your cover gets blown early, you might have to shoot your way to the evidence room. I don't like the thought of that much, but I don't know what might happen. I'm gonna stay clear of the station until you and your pirate friend has cleared out. If things do wind up going loud, I don't want to catch a stray bullet. Understood. She taps the code on a PDA wrist and you watch her buzzer sound. The door's open, you can get in there. And if you get caught, we never met. I know the deal, I'm a Shadowrunner, remember? How could I forget? Now go on, do your job, get the task force what they need, and bring this place down. Alright then. Okay, evidence bag and New Year. Crumpled note, we'll read that. Evidence bag, we'll take that. Who knows, these might be useful. The New Year's just New Year. Crumple no says, I need you to finish the following tasks before clocking out. I'm not going to have a chance to. This was followed by the list of bureaucratic duties. An evidence bag with SIM chips that have been sealed has been broken, indicating that has been tampered with. Based on the paper inserted, their BTLs, the last person to check out the bag is Constable IU. Okay, so IU. So that leads us towards that guy. Looks like we got something down here. Oops. Let's just walk into the back. I'm sure we can find something to deck into to get us up there. The shelf slags on awareness edge papers, folding trinkets, and search for shelf. You set to rummaging through the shelf's containers, lifting mounds of paperwork, flipping through file folders, responding to awards and plastic collectibles. Tucked away in one of the folders, you find an old cred sticker. Looks well worn, but there's things you used. Keep searching. He tries you my okay, cool. Trying to find something which we can do ourselves without like talking. Alright, let's not do that. Oh, this is going deeper. Flip! It only takes a moment to size up what's happening in the room. A bouncer suspect handcuffed to a chair, doubled over, leaning forward, a red-faced sweating HKAPF standing over him, his hands hunched in fists. I don't know who you are, but you better close that fucking door. The constable slams a fist into the bound man's stomach. Shut it now. The suspect comes out in ragged ass. Help me. I haven't been charged with anything. He's just beating. The constable fist positions out this connecting to the man's side. You hear the gunshot crack. You hear the gunshot crack of the snapping ribs. Approach the constable. Hold up. Let's talk this over. His jaw tensions. And he turns to face you, all with fury. His lips curled. You step back out of that door right now. I'll get you off the chair. I'll get you on a chair of your own. You hear me, punk? Back off now, and let you beat an unarmed to death. Let you beat an unarmed man to death? I don't think so. The sweating constable steps to the desk terminal, and the lines begin to glare. I warned you, asshole. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, flipping out. The cost of wanting to do more all the time. Paying me this to this happening. Got you. Yeah, someone. Just get killed. So it looks like we're going loud a bit for I really hate that of it. Sometimes it will automatically just stand on that, and that's really oh, that's a grenade launcher. There's a ring gun, yeah, I have a gun at it. That's a grenade launcher, that's not good. That's really not good. We need to take out that guy. Well, we have to grab people here. I feel stupid, but like, hey. Free pass, good to know. It's killing a guy. Actually, we should just start running. Let me grab this. God damn it. It's a cheat code. Yeah, we should just start running. We can get to the spirits. Means that we kill 2 of them, so like... Oh my god! No, I'm standing right out of it. Yeah. I'm gonna be taken down next round. That's for sure. Didn't really do anything for that guy. Okay, this is how the run went. Went him out a bit too early. We just need to run. Yep. That's what I expected to happen. White pass. Cool. Alright, nice. Nice. This one went sideways, but this isn't the first time. We might lose our drone here. People keep just shooting it. Mission failed. I died. Oh, yeah. Okay, restart level. Whoopsie daisy. I fired another get-up kill on me. I didn't realize that was just me dead. Or was it because, like, they would just keep shooting me and I wouldn't be able to get up? Oh, damn it. Alright, okay. We know what room to avoid, technically. Now, sort of. That went horribly. Did it keep everyone? No, it didn't keep everyone's inventories like I'd wanted to, which kind of sucks, but hey. Confirm. We literally had to restart the whole level. Fun times. Though we weren't that far, so let's not mess up again. We're just gonna skip through all of this. Thanks, Jamal. Let's try this. Cool. Let's try this again. Oh god. Let's not mess up this time. That was very bad. go over here, then let's go try the other room. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna save before this, because this might get us in trouble. Though a random drone coming in might be able to do something. Might not sell for whole security. Can I do this for both the drones? Ah, hello. Damn, alright. Two riggers literally having to work together with their drones going through vents. A bound suspect sits in a bound suspect sits in the room. He's handcuffed to a chair and he's leaning forward, gulping fire. Red face. Please. The suspect's voice comes down and asks, please, I'm only a street level dealer. I told you everything that I know. The constable slams his fist into the bound man's shoulder, bound man's stomach, cutting his sentence short. I know you're a nobody, but even nobodies have their uses. He punches the suspect again. These bruises will send a message to your boss. You know what I'm saying? Show, don't tell. Enough. My boss, he's got the message. A fist pistons again, catching the bound man in the sternum. Sorry, pal. It's nothing personal. The suspect chest heaves as he struggles to breathe. The constable who's been beating him leans forward to inspect his own work and freezes. Slowly, he begins to turn. What the hell? His eyes goes wide at the sight of the drone. He goes to grab for his comlink. That's not a great miss. That's not a great miss. They want to go back to us. Look at them. Look at them. They want to return. They want to go back to their owners. Hey, buddies. How are ya? Hey, guy. What's up? You're not a cop. He nods at your mangled body of a crucible that he was being. You're the one who sent that drone. You guessed it. I appreciate you. Tell you what. You can't... You have to, yeah, you can have the combination of the briefcase on the table. Here, it's yours. Let me guess, you're carrying something highly illegal in there, aren't you? Yeah, I can't afford to let the cops see what was inside. He probes his ribs with his fingers and grits his teeth and raises his chin. The code's 9315. Help yourself, and as soon as I catch my breath, I'm out of here. You're not in the best shape, man. You need an escort? Nope. He bends down, swipes the dead constable's ID badge, slips into his pocket. His mouth twitches and sling between a smile and grimace. This fool will this will fool the security system. As long as I don't get caught by a flesh and blood cop, I'll be fine. Best of luck, then. Yeah, thanks, you too. Oh man, I hope you escape. As I look at what's in this briefcase. 9305. Oh, it's just drugs. It's just drugs. Alright, cool. doesn't look like there's a person up there, so let's save and talk to the person at the front desk. Optional, go to the security desk. Yeah. This will be a very interesting way of doing this. Also, what's that option I saw? High res scale mode. I have no idea what that means. Hey, buddy. The desk sergeant looks up from a book crossword puzzle. His nose wrinkles. A split second later, he sees Gaichu. His peers closer as his eyes go wide and realize what he's seeing. Ah, it's a monster! Oh. We're reloading. We're reloading that one. That was so dumb. That was like literally gave us like, I know I'm not playing the most highest charisma build, but that was just like, man, usually they give us more choices than that. Please don't say that crashed the game. That might have crashed the game. Please. Oh no, no, okay, cool, it didn't. It didn't crash the game, that's good. Are we just gonna have to attack everybody? Dude, can we even get out of it? Can we even talk to... I don't think we might not be able to talk to anybody because of this. Whoopsie daisy, maybe we shouldn't have took Gachu. Might have been a bad decision. Let's see, if we talk to this guy... A constable frowns a core-mount display, each overflowing spreadsheet is video feeds foreground, each displaying a dominant surface of running matrix prompts, related matrix error. A Toro riles up for command of his keypad, and moments later he tunes up a sound, half a dozen error messages pop on each display. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Can we... Yeah, no. We made a mistake bringing Gachu. Never mind. Well, okay, I know what I'm going to do. Then, if that is really the case... We do not have enough, like, karma to get charisma enough, and I don't... Damn it. Well, I knew there was a danger of bringing him this mission, I just was like, oh, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be the worst thing, there must be a workaround. But there legitimately seems to be no workaround for this at all, like none at all, unless you got the stats for it, which kind of sucks because usually you can like matrix your way in or something. That's always like another option in this game, but like get an ass locked. Yeah, no, we have nothing here. There's like no way of doing it yourself if you're not high charisma. Why? That always sucks. Oh, visitor pass. Swipe over visitor pass. You slide over and a moment later, light above the elevator flashes red and a harsh warning tone. A console opposed to the elevator turns to you and an irritated look on you. This is a screwy elevator. You can't be unless you get authorized to go upstairs. How do I get authorized? I've got no reason to... if you got reason to be up there, go talk to the desk sergeant from the other station. He can help you. If not, please step away from the console and enjoy the rest of your day. What about you? Do you have authorization to use the elevator? I've already tried the desk sergeant. Is there some other way maybe I'm getting access? Oh my god! Is that literally anything but attack? People, this is really annoying. Look, if the desk sergeant didn't upgrade your badge, you're out of luck. She raises her hand. Before you ask, don't even think about trying to convince me to use my key card. It isn't my job to let you up there. It's my job to keep all authorized people out. I want dreamer, sorry to bother you. This is really annoying that the only solution is attack. I thought I did have clearance. Clear up in front of... Yep. Nope, there is nowhere I can proceed other than attack. This is honestly what I hate with there's been like one other instance in Shadowrun game where it's been like I've had no other option but to attack, and it's always infuriating because usually this game gives you a couple options. Yeah. Yep, no, I had to self-alarm. There's nothing I could have done. There is legitimately nothing I could have done. Let's just get this over with, and if we kill one of these quick enough, we'll be able to, like, take the key card and get out of it. I hate cover. I really hate cover. Got you guys. Then we should be able to make a run for it. Yep. Didn't want to do that, but it looks like we had to. See you, everybody. That is the best solution I could have come up with for that. Stepping into the hallway of the administration level is walking into an entirely different environment. It's much cooler up here. The burnt soak-up load of the recycled air below is nowhere to be found. The elevator door begins to slide shut behind you. Rector inclines his head and Kyoshi rams itself into the elevator door, grinding into a hole. There we are. That should keep the reinforcements from coming up behind us, for a while at least. I suppose that's one solution. A stopgap measure, my friend. Nothing more. He looks past you down the hallway. Now that we're in Card's internal sanctum, we are likely to face stiffer opposition, especially with Valon's bearing like this. We'll do our best to ignore hostiles. We'll use our best to avoid hostiles, but if they find us, we need to put them in the ground. Gachu leans on the non-decryptable gun. Lead on, Hyujin, I'm right behind you. Yeah, that was our only option because I brought Gachu and I'm kind of annoyed. Like, that is legitimately the only... you don't have any other options if you bring him? Hello, guys. The constable in the room are ready for you, but their weapons are drawn. The largest of them aims at your chest, his nostrils flaring. Intruder, drop your weapons and hit the floor. This will be your only warning. Calm down, and nobody gets hurt. You're the one who will get hurt. You should have complied when you could. Gun her down, man. Yeah, she doesn't walk out of here alive. Only 3 people? Seriously? Wow. There's like parts of me where it's like, if you are only given literally one option to solve the mission, it feels unfair to a degree, because usually you get a couple ways that you can solve an issue. But that mission's legitimately just like, well, you brought Gachu, you gotta have charisma, and that spirit decided to show up right there, which is really bizarre. Okay, cool. That's good. for his skull. Ah, did I forget to equip her with the bear gun? I might have. That was a mistake. Okay, although I did not give her a bear gun. That was a mistake. Oh god, let's pick that up. Oh, we got level 3 security access. Whoop. I can't drag it on. I absolutely hate this like system, how it does that. So I've already killed 4 people while went loud pretty quickly. Unlock the door. There is. I guess for moment of truth. Let's get in there, find the evidence, and get the hell out of here. With the alarms bearing, it's only a matter of time before more cops come looking for us. Already on it. Yeah, I wish I could just bust open a side window or something. Just gonna send all the star stash. Project files. Project Zelta. Huh. And drugs. The terminal scene comes alive at your approach. Displays filled with ghostly amber text. Hong Kong Police Department, Evidence Database, Amber Station, please enter key to believe. I guess this is it. Whatever evidence Q and Lam were looking for, it's gotta be here. Go on, Hyujin, search for something. Please search for a term. Oh! What was it? Look away. Hang on, let me see what was. Zeta. Did I spell Zeta wrong, or? Ah, okay, I needed to write it. Project Zeta. File not found. The serial number 0. Okay. Wait a second. What the fuck? She leans forward into the screen saying it's blank. There's nothing on this terminal. No files, no evidence, nothing. Looks like it looks that way. Someone must have known we're coming. That's it. We got a cut and run. We need to get out of here now. Agreed. We need to get out of here. Hey guys, what's up? Ah, hello. Did you guys rat us out? Can you, clean clothes and surprise of you. Hyujin, you're alive. What the hell's going on? You said you'd only enter the station if we were dead. What changed? The run's screwed. There's no evidence. The room is nothing. There isn't Horizon as fuck. What the hell's going on to you? What are you doing to here, Q? You said you were gonna come unless we were dead. Your body cons went dark and your conditions monitors flatlined before you were dead. Someone is playing with us. Not just you, but with me and Lam. And that means they know about the task force. Wait, Q, you don't know. Yes, we do. Wake up. We're in trouble here. Ready your weapons. Hyujin, we're being fucked. Lam lets outside. Yes, Q, you are. Oh no. That's a magic circle. Strange energies arc up from the ground, taking the wind out of your lungs and the strength from your legs. But you crash to the floor like stacks of bricks. The impact of your body bolts forward, a pain in your knees through your spine. Out of the peripheral vision, you see Inspector Q go down, her lips curled back in agony. Your words dissolve into a sea of pain. I'm glad down at you, frowning. Sorry about this, Miss Shen. If there were another way, I would have taken it. You know how it is, nothing personal. He turns to protect Q, a hint of a frown tugging out the corner of his mouth. He looks into her staring eyes, reading the outrage and betrayal on her face and sighs. Believe it or not, I'm not doing this to hurt you either. Hell, I'm trying to fix things. But you're in too deep with Mitsuama to see that. I could try to explain it forever, but you never understand. He turns away, peeling down the darkened hallway ahead of you. You can come out now, Wallace. It worked. Who the hell is Wallace? A group of mages cowled with armor stepped towards from the shadows, each of them decked out in colors, regalia of the special duties unit. The man in the center of the park pulls out his hood, revealing a familiar pockmarked face, the face of the mage who interrogated you back when all of this began. Of course it worked, it was my plan. He sneers at Q. And there she is, the company of the woman herself. Got anything to say for you, Q, yourself, Q? Anything, any more index from that Mr. Ahama would to deliver? The scathing energy that wraps around Q's body tightens and intensifies, holding her fast. She doesn't make a sound. His lips curl into a smug grin. Didn't think so. Lamb frowns at the mage. Quit glowing, Co. I brought her here because she was a threat to what we're trying to accomplish, but she's still worthy of respect. Did Kratz fill you in on what happens next? He rolls her eyes. Of course she did. We stripped everything that Mitsurama and Vtuber Cancer Task Force knows about the operation from Q's mind via magic interrogation. And she suffers an accident. He holds his head out to you, and your pair Shadowrun's task takes the fall for it. Okay, sounds about right. Ken said that the Pokemon cuts him off. Remember who you're talking to, golden boy. I recruited you to this organization. I don't need instructions on you. Try to stand. You struggle to raise your feet, but your muscles refuse to cooperate. The crackling red glow envelops you, flares up, intensifies, pulsating like a living thing. Ku jerks his head in your direction. Look, the poor fool is trying to move. I've ensnared your essence, asshole. You belong to us now. Don't try to fight it, Eugene. You'll only hurt yourself. We all know that what can happen here, but there's no reason it can't be quick and painless. Look at Fiona. She isn't struggling. She's just accepted. As Ko stares at Q, the smile on his face slowly dies as a look of confusion replaces it. He hesitantly steps forward, staring. What? Has something gone wrong? What is it? Your partner. I can't read her aura at all. Her frown deepens. It's strange. It's like there's nothing there. He turns to look at her, blinking. What are you saying? She can't have no... Or you feel the heat wave around you, wailing around yourself before you can see the collecting energy. It hits you like an exhaustion blast furnace, and then all at once, Q begins to move, and the energy that ties you down evaporates. Damn. I have no idea what she is. That has no aura, but screw it. Don't look at the gifts from off in the house, especially the people who are gonna try and kill us. Let's see if we can get a light stick going on. Oh, if that doesn't work, let's try out the level 6 spirit that we apparently have. Which apparently will disappear after this, but... Sorry, the first character I ever played in a Shadowrun game on stream was a mage, so they're really cool. The last of the mages trembles to her feet, crashing into the inland into her body. Q glides down at Lamb, her expression cold with the clouded betrayal. I didn't think it'd be you, Lamb. Her voice is like the smell of a wounded animal, full of rage and injured pride. Q's betrayal didn't surprise me, but you had me fooled. Lamb stares down at Q, wide-eyed and unblinking. Stares up at Q, wide-eyed and unblinking. The entire left half of his torso is charged, carbonized. The synthetic fibers of his suit melted and fused with the burnt flesh, causing him to look disturbingly stiff. He doesn't scream, he just stares. Oh, that's some nasty art. That is... how? It's all he's croaked out. His voice is weak, but you detect any pain in it. It's just confusion. Q-Flish is an object under the neck of a blouse, a slanted talisman on a silver chain, a gift from the Misarama Corporation. Provides protection. More importantly, it masks my aura. Keeps trench coats like you fucks, like treacherous little fucks like you from learning what you're up against until it's too late. Quit lecturing the bastard and kill him already. No, not yet. He's obviously getting paid by the same people who are bankrolling cunts, and we need to know who that is. Lamb struggles to rise to his feet, but his body won't cooperate. Lightning-singed flesh cracks open with every movement, but he finally begins to scream. Oh, and it is too late for you, Lamb. There's no scenario where you get out of this room alive. He touches a thumb to his and forefinger to his temple, to her temple, and closes his eyes. But before you die, I'm gonna dig into those memories. You should already be unconscious for this, but we're running short on time. You were the mage I couldn't see. You tore up my mind while I was passed out. She grows out an answer without opening eyes. Later, I'm busy. Lamb screams intensifies, growing in volume and pitch. Blood steams from his nostrils and begins to beating in his head into his ground. Q closes her fingers of her left hand into her fist, and as the dying man's muscle seizures. For a torturous seconds, his back arches up off the floor and then goes limp. Oh, that is pretty dark. She opens her eyes, takes a breath. Son of a bitch. Yeah, if you're gonna you want to tell me what's going on, Q? We aren't mind readers. We need to get moving. There's nothing in the evidence locker, like you said, and Lamb knew that there wouldn't be from the beginning. The mission was over before it started. He was on Kant's payroll, right? Maybe his PD has some answers. Good thought. Grab it. We'll check it out if we make it out of here. She tucks her pendant under her blouse, and the chain that holds it is glistening with quicksilver on its skin. Between the PDA and what I pulled from Lamb, we may find the answers that we need, after all. You said you were busy earlier. You aren't anymore, so talk. You were my second interrogator, weren't you? Yeah, look, Eugene, I had to scan you myself. I'm sorry if it hurt, but I couldn't trust the intel Ku was feeding me. I did what I have to do. The truth, that's the truth. Take it or leave it. True enough, I suppose. Can't blame you for being thorough. Pope has spoken like a professional. You get it. It's just a job, nothing personal. Now we need to get our pool of resources and work together to get out of here. If only we were going to make it out alive. Deal, let's get the hell out of here. She points out the door of the communication center. You walk through on your way in. That way, back where we came, is our only way out. We need to find a way out of here and back to the Captain Joma. We have to do it before the SDU corners us. Let's get out of here. We're a 6-member party, dear God, nothing really can stand. We got... okay, we got this turntable, so let's do this. Q types rapidly on the Q rapidly fires a series of commands into the terminal's keypad. A moment later, the system interrogation hollow project comes to life, and a shimmering column of light appears over the machine. Mr. Rama command code still work here. I've got to take the systems out of standby mode and power everything back onto this floor. She cracks her knuckles. Let's see what we're up against. As cube fingers fly across the keyboard, a cascading information flows from the hollow display. Countless windows, charts, and other spreadsheets blossom into existence like ephemeral ghostly flowers, hovering over for a few seconds before winking out again. A senior inspector flits up from window to window, and the confidence on her face slowly dies. Well, that inspires confidence. She pulls back, her cheeks slowly grate. Oh shit. I take it that isn't a good old shit? No, it isn't. It looks like Khan and her people have have a contingency plan. Something to spring on us just in case the mole drop the ball. Let me guess, they're springing it right now, aren't they? The SDU has the Special Defense Units, I forget if that is actually what they're called, has the building surrounded. All of the land exits are covered. They've got us completely locked over the elevators. They've got the boats coming into the harbour. The bastards also dispatched the HTR team to dig us out. They're already in the building, heading up to this location. Getting back to Germany sounds pretty good to me right now. Please tell me there's an exit strategy. Working on it. They've denied access to every conceivable route on this level, but I might be able to bypass one on lower security levels. Her fingers fly over the keyboard and menus hold and the hollow display flicker and whirl. Yeah, that should work. There's a flight of stairs around the back. It will take them down to the motor pool. I'll force it to the lock, but it's gonna take time. She slams her fist into the keyboard. Fuck, I've been booed from the system. Did you get access to the stairs? No. I found a panel and I'll do it manually. Listen, Eugene. I was able to unlock the main door in the command center, but it won't stay that way for long. On-site security initiated protocols to seal us in here, just before they booted me. I've got a couple of minutes, maybe less, before the security locks re-engage. We'll wind up trapped in here. And then we're fishing about, right, we'd better clear out. I was able to open the matrix portal in this terminal. There might be something in there that can help us. If you want to search for systems, it might be worth the risk. Otherwise, we should clear out the room before we get sealed inside. Can't pass up a chance to get into their systems. We'll hole up in here, hit the matrix, and pull out before the door is sealed. Good. Just don't take too long. There's when those doors do seal, anyone in here's room is good as dead. There's a couple of training rooms powered down turrets on either side of the doorway, just beyond this room. Might be a decent place to make a stand, especially if you get those gardens running again. After all, we'll handle whatever hostiles Kurt throws at us. I'll crack down the door to the staircase open, we'll climb down to the mole pool, and then we can make our way back to Joe Montfort. Works for me, let's do this. You hear a loud crash of the door, hall, followed by thunderous clamors with footsteps. Armored troops approaching from all steps. Q looks at her hands into a spell casting position. Get ready, Eugene, they're coming. Unlike other times, I can actually just straight be into... Okay, cool. Okay, that is the jacket. Cool. It's like, where the hell is it? Confirm. How many turns? Doesn't say. 24 sketches. We have like 4 hours now, so let's get going. Let's do this. Heaven stance. We're gonna need damage. Comes in, right? Need to get good cover. More likely here, so we can take it out really quickly. Let's get rid of the killer, cover. Same, let's do this. help out as well. Okay, so let's look at this matrix. We need to calm down because we cannot do toilets. It seems, I'm guessing there's probably more up there. Flipping hell. You just gotta go along with the grain rather than against it. And of course there's enemies in here. That's not great. Can't even see where these things are. There you are. Hello, buddy. Cool. That's what I like. So we got floor camera controls and motor pool charging controls. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Alright, again, with all things like this, I need total concentration because I will mess up, so I won't be able to read chats on some messages. Ooh, that one was close. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm on that. There's quite a few which do that. I'm on the third one, I'm on the third one, I'm on the third one. Cool, gets this one. Let me turn that on. And then we hack this one. Oh, okay. I do love the hacking in this game. It feels way more active than the previous ones. Though it is a lot more stressful. Damn it. Okay, so it starts with those. Cool, that was easy. That one was fairly easier. We just wait for these to go around. There's enough space in the middle for us, honestly. I'm assuming there's one on the other side there as well, so... Ooh, that's a tense moment right there, to try and get past all those. Okay, there's way more enemies here, which is a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. Should do some damage to him. Suppression, yeah. Damn it, that's a really bad miss. Those are both bad misses right there. Wow, 16 for boost. Hopefully that means... Oh, this hurts. Damn it, I did not. Yep, that took me out. Oh my god, damn it. Oh, that's what I hate. That's really what I hate when that happens. I hate Black Ice because it can literally take me out, which means I need to restart the whole thing again. It's the worst effect. It's like I'm frustrated and angry at myself because I'm like, oh my god, I thought the danger of a time had that, and it didn't, so I was like... Well, that was a good run until it wasn't. My own mess up there. Lost a bunch of stuff. Can't believe that. It's so frustrating. Okay, let's go this way. I mean, we can. Whoops. Oof. Let's try that one again. Hopefully, I don't know if they're going to remain injured, but I hope they are. Nope. Thank God that one missed. Okay, this one did remain injured. Nice. Where is it? Cool. Don't need to worry about that one anymore. Don't need to worry about these guys anymore. Oh, and there's one there. Huh. You're annoying. Let me get here so I don't get screwed over by these little things. That sounds right, I swear to God. Activate targets to attack hostile targets. Okay, cool. Don't currently have enough things for that, so let's go to this. Power, isn't it? Yep, screw you. That's not your screw anymore. Place. Consume spray is really funny, it just instantly kills these things. Cool. these poor mages who do not know. They're actually, this is... Yep, okay, cool. Yeah, I was like... Is that gonna turn red? That's gonna turn red. Cool. I was worried there. Training console overrides. Okay, let's do this. I mean, we've got one more room left, and that is great. Then I can actually get out of that room. Start. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll grab a second. Okay, cool, let's look there. Cool. Nodes of weapon systems. Okay, cool. Vtuber's training room has been rigged to fire live animation to an automatic reduced velocity. Getting hit by one would hurt, but it would not cause any kind of damage. It doesn't take long to isolate Vtuber's internal safeties. Disabling them is great, enhance Vtuber's damage even potential, but you still need a manual activate fire. Okay, cool. Online. Okay, cool. It wouldn't take long to disable smoke grenades and fury. You can manually load and launch any kind of grenade you'd like. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We can load grenades now. Both of them, we'll probably turn them both. I mean, if we get the grenades on it, we'll leave the rooms. We're fairly good there. I need to figure out how to get out of this little place. Now, I guess. Yep. That was close. 10 minutes ago. Should have done this at the beginning, but was it to go a lot quicker. Yeah, okay, we got 2 black eyes from what I see there. That's stupidly dangerous for me. Okay, so those are black eyes. The turret thing is all the way... What the hell? Okay, so this is a big room. This is a huge room. I'm gonna summon help for this one, because dear god, do I want it. These just allow me to access those rooms? Let's just say, wow, these things actually get through a lot. Just the damage output. Oh, we still have cool. And now we just need to get through to these rooms, apparently. Which, hang on. Okay, we got 3 turns. So this is the main room. We went off into, like, every room. But yeah, no, we dealt with those 2, which was from up here. Then we went here, which dealt with the turrets. Then we went in there. Alright, cool. I was like, wait a second, what? We need to get out of the room. These are going to be pretty pointless, actually. Because this is, like, into the armory. And, like, we got, like, 3 turns until the command seal is centered. So, yeah, no, we need to get out of here. But let's just do it. We can force it. Yeah. Let's just force these last 2. Let's just force these last 2 and get out of here. Because, yeah, there's nowhere else that we can really go. Okay, cool. Activate, okay, cool. Step back. Okay, cool. We're just gonna take a back out of this room. Hopefully the turret can help out there. Drone can actually just walk in and clear this here. The drone's gonna activate this turret. Okay, let's get here. Oh, I didn't need 10 turn. Oh my god, whoops. There's still people who can take the turns. I'm pretty sure the turret is out. You know, I'm pretty sure the turrets will be turned on. They're being attacked, which implies that oh god, that's a lot. There's one more. Yep, that turned on. Have they go feedback random. Load a grenade into launchers. Ah, damn. Wait, our robot has a bunch of grenades. Can we not, like... Does any of our characters have grenades? I don't think so. No, we don't really bring grenades. Nope. Okay, really swim. Okay, that's completely pointless. Let's just start shooting these guys. They really trying to just be on that one turret. Grenades would have been good if I like actually had them. They really are just trying to. I love how the AI just does not know how to deal with turrets. It's so funny. I love Heaven's Stance, it really just tears through people. God, I should have moved them closer, but hey. Exactly. The front is cool, and then just move this closer. We're doing fairly well, actually, for this battle. Cover. Yeah, that's what we want. Get more damage, people. They're beaming on our boy. The mage is not really doing much there. Are they not? Does the AI not know how to handle this? I don't think the AI knows exactly how to handle whatever I'm doing to the car. Damn. That sucks. They broke free. Cool. Very cool. The AI can deal with that for now. Yep, enter. And they heal, that's fun. It's not fun, but hey. More people still coming in, that's a bit annoying. Especially when we almost just cleared this room anyway. That's a lot of people coming in. Oh. It's the alright, gotcha. You go deal with this guy over here, please. That's a good grab. Bow damage basically did not count these guys. What the hell? What the hell? Getting into that because these guys are absolutely insane. I absolutely hate how this square. We're just gonna fall back into here. It's the easiest option. It's just gonna fall back into this room so we can just like roll them in with the turret. that would be bad. Oh, buddy, you summoned us. How did this happen? Arrows? For Grenados? For where? So frustrating because of that. Damn it. Why does that one strike now seem to really get it? Huh, the spur is still here. That's cool. Enter. I should get Goblin now actually to deal with the spirit. Oh, I love these things. Oh, it's gone rogue. Yeah, it's gone rogue. Nice. What happens? It's Goblin. Just like just physically get in here. I'm going to need you to do some spirit stuff. Despite standing next to people, it can be like 68 chance that it's so annoying. It's like really bad expert. Person. I wish Vtubers could deal with these people. Cover bonus is really hard. Yep, no, just sit 9 damage. I know why they're there. It's really cool when it works in favor of you. Really not when it works in favor of you. It's one of those things. Okay, let's start launching this area. Get to the door in turn time. That's not annoying. We're good to look for our robots, actually. Like, it'll slow us down considerably. Apparently unplugging our robots was the cause of being still in battle. Now that we've got some breathing room, I do like Anne to access the door panel. She leans in, studying the panel and an entrance to security commands. After a few moments you hear an audible click. And there we go, staircase unlocked. Do me a favour and take point, Hyujin. I think that I soaked up some drain bursting us out of the trap. My head is swimming. Don't worry, I've got the lead, just don't fall too far. You gonna be alright? Let's go that. I'm fine. Just lead the way. I'll got you back. Drain is a thing which I forget is actually if it's actually implemented into the game. It's a thing. It's a huge thing being a mage in a tabletop dealing with drain. It's not so much from what I remember of the video games. The sound of gunfire echoes through the halls behind you. You press forward to see blood and corpses in your wake. So far, so good. Now you need to contact the police station, overflowing with the SDU unit officers, whom all want you dead. The motor pool seems like the best way out. Plenty of cover and a straight exit to the docks, where Jomo is waiting to extract you. Q is definitely silent as you descend towards the motor pool. Her eyes narrow to slits. As the door swings open, you step into the light. You steel yourself for whatever's going to come next. That's a lot. Straight into combat, I see. The access panel serves to use an interface with local grid, a small display of keyboards and monitoring machine. Judging by what you can say, it looks. Rewire the control panel to override the password. Password, please select. Okay, search systems to see what you can use. Charging main. Password is set. Please select panels. Search systems for anything you can use. A few minutes later, you shift through many screens, enough to convince of two things. 1. The design of this system value flexibility over security, and 2. The firmware itself is way more powerful than typical end user would need. With a flip of the switch, you can disengage a few safeties. You could probably melt the entire grid down. You could even do it from a distance if you routed it through your PDA first. Load your PDA first. With a flip of the switch, you enroute your system to the set of PDA as an input. In theory, you should be able to overload the mobile charging unit with a touch of the button. What did that just do? Oh, hell yeah. I like this power. This actually feels like using the Matrix in the game now. Oh, everyone can use it. Oh, this is... Where do we even need to go? We need to go... here. Alright, so we need to start making our way down here. Alright, let's get... Since we got this power, I don't really care about you. Right. One shot, basically, yeah. This is such a cool power. Damn it, they got us with the 2 AP. Let's get out of there. Do some damage, and probably go up. Fire now. Oh, look at that person's side. Let's get out of here. This whole override system is amazing. This is so good. You need to keep using that block. Oh wow, you blocked the fire damage. That's a good one. More people incoming. Yeah, we just need to run. Hopefully we don't take AP damage. Because AP damage is like the worst thing. Yep, took complete AP damage. That is not good. This is not good. Other stance. And then we don't have any more. Oh my god, I really... Oh, I died because of AP damage. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed if that is the case, because it's the worst thing. We can't... Okay, yeah, no, we probably are going to have to restart this. This is like the absolute worst. Those are just outside of the range of... Those are just outside of overload range. We got quite a few things there. Alright. Yeah, let's start getting out here. I don't even know what's going to happen to guard you up there. This is insane. Yep, okay. Yep, dead. Oh my god. Like, oh yeah, why? He's like, I don't even know what minus AC. Yeah, he's on minus 3 AP, yeah. We had stuff on, we had a health kit down. I'm frustrated because of like how cool this thing is and how little it seems to matter. We're gonna die here. I'm sure no, whoops. Yeah, we're dead. We're just gonna die. We should probably just reload. We'll wait for this time to get by. Gotcha's dead. We should just reload. We're just gonna reload after this because there's no point of actually carrying on. That won't get up this way. And we don't have like, unless like we just rush to max it. Which hey, yeah, no, literally, I should have moved myself. Even if you didn't have a life, you just disappear again. Yeah, no, we're done, we're dead. I hate AP damage so much. Well, I decided to give it to legitimately every enemy, which gets one person's focus, and then they're dead. They're straight up dead. There's no way of like having someone next to each other to have AP damage. Yeah, we're done. This mission's done. And then we go. Yep, this mission's done. I absolutely hate that. It's so stupid. Who decided? I know I've complained about it. I've complained about it, dude. But again, it does really just feel like, oh, okay, this is meant to be the harder campaign, short campaign with low massive. For like people who've done the main thing. But literally giving you the best way they thought to cripple you is to give every enemy AP damage. Which means if you're hit, there's practically nothing you can do. You can't have like your guys spend 1 AP to clear AP damage. That's not possible. There's nothing like that. There's no way of like haste is like the only way to get rid of AP damage, and that's it. That's the only option. We're still doing this because it's fun. We're just gonna actually just move around and head down. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier just to ignore them right now. Because we can keep. There's no need to fight, there's no need to fight. And anyway, stop blowing up stuff. Where's the mage woman? We don't have one. Missed, but still hit 3 of us. Yeah, there's like little... How did you get cover from that? That's so stupid. This is what I hate about AP damage. There's legitimately no way around it once it happens. Like, yeah, we're kind of screwed a little bit right now. But we did better last time. Yeah, no, look, AP on their guns, AP on their grenades. If this guy hits us, it's really just game over for that character. We can all move fairly normally, so let's see that. Almost there. If we can just rush out, it's really the best thing. Trying to keep people spread out so flashbang doesn't screw us as well. Yeah, no, flank AP. This thing does AP damage. What is this stupidness? So frustrating. So stupid. That was a weird shotgun shot, my guy. Cool. Here's what do I have this? I have this. It's going to take 2 skills. Huge in. If you get huge in out, it should be fine. Oh yeah, no. Weird thing that happened. Yeah, no, that's an issue. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Cool, but we needed to do that. We really did. That guy was close to half flipping out. We got so good. Yep, we're out. It's 4 spaces. Not like you damage anyone, but that damage someone. Unless they like destroy our AP. Yeah, okay, AP -2. They might be able to destroy AP if we don't get lucky. That's what's annoying is because we only have... It doesn't look like they can actually get to us. Ooh, flipping out. Lucky that was only 1 step away. That was worrying. We don't have the Pyro Brilliance Mouse. Ah, you return. And your lovely senior Spectre Q is with you. No, she's not, but are you ready to go? Get us the hell out of here. The patrol boats are on their way. Throws back his head and laughs. Marine regional patrol boats, well, like pigs and shit. We'll run circles around them. Get in, then go. Jomo offers a mocking half-bow, leaning into the drunken mistake, and punches a button. The entire boat begins to vibrate. The craft's engines roar to life. Best climb in and buckle yourselves down. This will be a bumpy ride. Oh, jump is good. How do I do that slow? Wow. Water lashes over your face as Jim opens your drunken mistakes spiral. The boat bounces over the surface as the water skips over stone, jolting you out of your seat every time it splashes on the deck. Jim's voice roars over the ding of the sing-songy cadence. Joy is barking out a song in Indonese. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. He pumps his fist in I don't know, even combat music at neutral terms still. That's not great. Anyway, sorry. He punches his beer swinging imaginary over his head. Our captain sounds happy. Jomo is happy. We must all join in the celebrations in this triumph. Our pursuers are shaken from our tails like buckets of piss from a poor man's window. And now your glorious captain will have you back in your impound yard, where you must feast and drink to his success. Q holds up a hand. Wait, the impound yard is compromised. Hard people might even be surrounding you already. We can't go back. She's right. Lamb was a mo. Part of Khan's conspiracy. They're gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be everywhere like he did. Jomo nods, giving a raven. I know a place, somewhere that the KHPF cannot approach by land, sea, or air. Jomo will take you there, and then he will try very hard to take his way out of the suffering, talk his way out of suffering the consequences. The drunken mistake turbocharged motors churn through the open water, leaving trails of foamy sea behind you. Aberdeen docks quietly recede into the distance, and Jomo powers steadily deeper into the international waters. In the back of the boat, crew stands alone, one hand cupped over her ear, shouting into her comlink. You can't make out what she's saying, but overall, drunken mistakes engines. But from all of the expression on her face, it isn't going well. Jomo throws down the engines, nervously staying into the water. Just beyond the speedboat's hull, you soon discover why. The sea mines. They're carefully precise. Pirates steer the pirate steers the nimble craft around them, aiding only by his skill and a hand of Indonesian curses. As Jomo pilots you through a minefield, a jagged shape in the distance begins to glow. It's a huge slab-like ship surrounded by numerous small vessels, grinning the pirates that is cut off. You step onto the convent barge on unsteady legs. The deck rocks with the rolling motion of the waves. You hear the slapping of water against the hull beneath your feet. The air is fumed with smell of engines, oil, and diesel fumes. All mixture and sweat. Oil sailors and sweat of sailors and the sweet aroma of roasting amberjacks. Welcome aboard, Britain, the jewel of the low Gawain fleet. You will be safe here, safer than you were in the impound yard in Huey or at your mother's teats. Nothing enters these waters without Captain Yotimar's permission. Kat and her people don't need to enter by water to hurt us. They have aircraft and drones at their disposal. Oh ho! And this is worries you. Take it from me, Hugh Jin. It shouldn't. Yomo swings his arms around in a grand sweeping gesture. Look around. See for yourself. In the distance... God damn. In the distance, a cluster of enormous guns rise above the Benteng's deck. Heavy artillery, cooped with old model Ares CWIS systems. Millions of new yen worth of restricted military hardware, all mounted to a creaking barge with resale value of a mid-range sardine. The seabed beneath your feet is littered with carcass of countless drones and mine aircraft. He pumps his arms, extending a mining action of the cannons firing of the airborne targets. They all met their doom at the roar of the big tank's military mighty guns. Sheets of flighting led to wings of a fuselage, ripping from conflict, shredding parachutes to tatters. And wars that she protects are no safer from our enemies. Envision seabells far beneath your feet. He sweeps his arm low, tending to the waves of far horizon. New life springs from the bones of patrol-craft coral of thousands of hues, sprouting like wheat from the bloated bodies of those fools who have dared to trespass here. Our minds make short work of those who approach by sea. An elvish crew member steps forward and claps a hand onto Orc's shoulder. His voice comes out as a barely rumble. Jomo speaks the truth, Shadowrun, and nothing can approach this ship and live. I doubt it. These are some pretty impressive hardware you got here. He smiles broad and perspective. I like it. Captain Yokton is waiting for you below decks in your place. I would not keep her waiting long. Jomo favors the pirate of the North. Tango speaks the truth, friend. Captain Yokton is a delightful woman, possessing many virtues, but patience is not one of them. We should be on our way. What about my crew? They will wait in the rusted hull while you call a home. The few corporate people towed here. He jokes over fun. It's over there. The bowl is here, but she isn't seaworthy. How did you... I made some calls. Hugh rubs her temples, squinting. She looks exhausted. Amazing how much frigate you can move with a towboat and a couple of industrial lifting frames. It must be nice, being able to call in favors from Megacorp on a whim. It didn't happen on a whim, believe me. My relationship with the corporation is beyond strained at the moment. You can talk with your friends later. Now go to Yotma and be quick about it. I tell you this for your own good. He's right. Wait for me in the bar and we'll catch up on my number talk. As you say, my friend, he clapped the cigarette out of his breast pocket. I shall inspect the ball and see if there is anything damaged during transit. Jomo gives a nod. Hyujin, you're with me. We have a captain to me. Okay, cool. We have a lot to do. We're probably not gonna do the final run of the mission because this is like the final mission after this. Where the hell do we need to go? Oh, there. Yeah, the final mission is the one after this, so we'll probably get everything ready for it and then do it next time. So it can breathe on its own. So we're not, let's say we're not leaving through halfway away, and because like end missions tend to have a lot of dialogue, so you know, just make sure everything's gonna go okay for that one. So we might end the stream a bit early. A withered troll with a relaxed position and a commanding presence dominates the cabin. Her face is serious, but her dual-colored eyes glint with curiosity as she runs you over. It is my honor to introduce you to Captain Ultima, our most gracious and benevolent host. Jomo bows deeply. My captain, I thank you for the generous hospitality. I remain your humble servant and offer my deepest respects. She steps forward and places a gnarled hand on Jomo's shoulders. Straighten your demeanor, Jomo. Straighten your damn bag, Jomo. Pay your respects if you must, but I have no use for men who balance free. Jomo backstabs straight and he hurries, retreats to his original position. He smiles as relaxed as ever, but you can't help but notice the bead of perspiration that traces its way down his forehead. The captain shifts his gaze to you, studying your face, and through eyes the color of dirty ice. A small smile slowly creeps across her. A smile slowly creeps across her face, twisting the scars across her lip into a second grin. As for you, Shadowrunner, you are welcome aboard the Bentag. Mind my rules. You may stay here for as long as you wish. She's a lovely ship. The name Bentang mean anything? In my native tongue, it means fortress. An appropriate name given the arsenal at our disposal. Here you'll be safe from the HKPF. Tend to those wars uninvited is to plunge headfirst into a meat grinder. The fact the police know all too well. Savor the moment, Hyujin. We're looking at the end result of calling in the very last of my favors with corporations. Prescribed toll Bordens, and they paid me well, friends, very well indeed. Now, before we settle things, there's a small matter that we need to discuss. I'm listening. She rests her hands on her hips. This is my ship. Your friends are here has paid your passage, yes, But if you prove to be a disruptive presence on the vessel, I will not hesitate to toss you overboard. Unless you relish the idea of swimming with awakened sharks and active minds, you mind your manners during your stay. Don't worry, I'll stay out of your sailor's hair. So I certainly hope so. You wouldn't be the first guest as I put up on the other side. All the splashing and screaming, it's quite distracting to the men working on deck. They won't make a peep, Captain Ultimate, I promise. This is gonna be the home for the foreseeable future, Hugin. We've got nowhere else to go, and I'm fresh out of strings to pull. We get messed around with something that they can use, something fruitful, or we resign ourselves to the life of open sea. I've always wanted to be a pirate, she's gonna say. You're no pirate, girl, you're a passenger. A lost soul with no else to turn. You'll keep your nose to yourself while you remain on board, and you will not fantasize with our crew. The last thing they need is a distraction. Keep your head in the game, Hugin. We still got work to do, and we're going to start with Lamb's PDA. Meet me at my command tailor, and we're gonna crack that thing. We're gonna crack that thing, and we're going to find some answers. Can you talk to her? Captain Wheelhouse is surprisingly warm, despite its cold Italian interior. Sound of sea breeze outside of the roaring cabin, and a soft rustle hum through the cloud room. You find Old Man standing near a makeshift wet bar, capers and tool chests load full of liquor bottles, all piled onto a coffee table, stags under their weight. The captain swirls a clear yellow tinted liquid around the interior of the thick glass. You watch her grab a pitch of what looks like a small open dish and carefully sprinkles into the cup. Her voice is hard when she addresses you, but eyes remain locked on the drink, and she continues to swirl around in other tight circles. Getting acquainted with the bintang, are we? She holds out the glass to her nose and nails, satisfied where she takes a sip and flashes towards you. God, I hate drinking alone. She motions to the wet bar and elbows. Water? I'll have what you're having. The Bemu's grin glances the captain's face. Oh, are you sure? No questions asked. Lay it on me. Swirls the liquid inside a glass and tilts it your way. Here, smell the drink. Your eyebrows raised. You're cautious. Good for you. You outlaid most of my crew without you. So what do you think? Smells sweet. No? Smells sweet. Not exactly the beverage choice I expect from a pirate captain. The captain seems amused by your reaction. Her tusk smiles, almost an ominous in a dimly lit cabin. Guavana juice. But not the concoction swill from the convenience store. This is real, squeezed out an orchard in Yulong district. No chemicals, no preservatives, just fruit. She takes a sip, slowly drinking, a smack of her lips, and tilts it towards you. You stare through the dull liquid. So what brings you here? Something on your mind, Shadowrunner? What's it like to be a female pirate? Sure, we'll answer this. Gods its ups, gods it down. Many sailing the men, captains and crews alike, view female seafarers as a career glide. We're always at a disadvantage. They glare even lands on me from a few times. Never mind the fact I'm one of the best damn sea captains ever to grace the ports of the sorry planet. I have to make a display of my power before I'm assumed to have it. On the other hand, in the same vein, we're often underestimated. This can work in our advantage. I'll demean myself to gain an upper hand. But I'll never demean myself to get the upper hand, but I will use a man's idiocy against him to my own benefit. There's no shame in that. The captain flicks a piece of lint off her shirt. At the end of the day, I wouldn't change a thing. It's good life. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I noticed a small source of powder on the wet bar. What is it? The sinner sniffs loudly for a nose, studying you for a moment before playing. What do you think it is? I figured it's sugar or something. She wrinkles her nose in disgust. Look, this looks like a nightclub to you? We don't garnish our drinks with sugar or salt out here. There's no better way of identifying a shitty drinker than the size of a crap powder buried under. She rubs her head and nose back. Look, I've spent a better part of my life on the open ocean. Say what you want. When you first start sailing, you have to earn your sea legs. Otherwise, you'll roll with sickness you'll get. I never did that. I never had to. I had my sea legs from the first time I set foot on a boat. Didn't realize it can catch up to you though. Seems like as I get older, my stomach rolls with weighs more and more. She points towards the powder source. It's an antiseptic. It keeps me from turning green on the job. You find yourself in need of something, you help yourself to my stash. Don't overdo it. A little goes a long way. Never mind. Gotta go. Pretty interesting. Alright then. Let's spend our karma and finally get what I was waiting for. This. +2 AP to our drones, which means our drones can act 4 times a turn. Actually no, 5 times a turn. Which is insane. That will help so much now. I mean, with 6 left, we could probably get some in body. Whoops, yeah, confirmed. We got max intelligence now. Max for elves, humans, elves, and dwarves. Our drone is really good now. I am glad. Let's go talk to Q, and then we'll cooking woman. A woman in an armored trench coat hunches over a small grill, her assault rifle leaned against a nearby crate. She pods out assortment of rapidly blanked fish, eels, squids, and other sea life, all fixing them with a curved bear. She glances up and spins as you approach. Oh, you're not a prisoner, and you don't look like a pirate. Sure as hell understand a tourist destination. Welcome to the Bing Tank, whoever you are. The finest pirate barge in at least 50-mile radius. Name's Hugin. Who are you? Chastity Blackwell, independent mercenary. I've seen action from Aztan to Transpolar Alternation. But right now, I'm having a bit of a time with Joe Aloha. Nobody shoots at me on the Bing Tang, and most of the visitors are potential clients. So why are you cooking all the fish? Because Old Ma's cooks, if you can call them that, are goddamn atrocious. I've been eating prison food in the Alton Bard that tastes better. Word to the wise, unless you want to eat slugs that look like it was poured from a septic tank, you're going to have to cook your own meals out here. Trust me, it's worth it. How do you get into cooking? Are you kidding me? Chastity smirks, folding her arms over her chest after a minute. Her smoke fades. Oh, you're serious? Okay, so basically there are 3 types of mercenaries. She lifts her hands and starts counting on her fingers. The first type are the ones who work for big outlets, like Met 2000, Bright Blades, Tsunami, or others. They're not much different from corporate armies in a lot of ways. There's a ton of support and finances, so otherwise they build bases with mess halls and barracks to work with. Second, you got small units that sign up with established clients. They don't work for big PMCs, but they've got teams of 50 or so. They've got a contract with reliable, lucrative clients, a lot of work in Africa from corporations or urban convoy duties in areas such a bit iffy. Places like Kaskaz, Vladoskov, Logos, wherever. These units are rough it a bit more, but they're usually attached to a larger group of action muscle. Then you got people like me, true freelance, cowboys. We fill in gaps in large units, but we never know how big the gap will be with us. Sometimes the corporation needs soldiers garrisoned at some mine, and they round up a 10 of us and throw us out in the field with nothing but what we brought with us. Unless you're some kind of unhealthy love for field rations, you learn to cook whatever you got around. Or you make friends with someone who does. So see you later. Probably talk to them a bit. Freak your friendly orc. The display card on PDA display, he announces for his nose and speaks. Just because I'm standing here doesn't mean I'm not busy. He shrugs, his tattoos moving with his shoulders. Stay your business. How did you wind up with a task force? My cover got blown, barely made it out for the territory alive. I can't stay underground cover for any long, so they had to find another use for me. Then Lamb told me about the task force and I volunteered. What did you do when you're not being a cop? What do I do? You mean like my hobbies? That's kind of strange to ask. Just humor me, I'm curious. He shrugs. Sure, okay, I paint. Oils, mostly landscapes. I've had a few showings in Victoria Harbour coffee shop. Could we change the subject, maybe? This is a little too personal for my taste. Nice neck tattoo. You gang employee became a weird question way of phrasing that, but alright. Yes, I got jumped when I was a kid in my old neighborhood. It was impossible not to be one. I got when I was a teenager. Turned my life around. Got out when I was a teenager. Turned my life around. When I landed with HKPF, they put me undercover to use sending me undercover. Were you an arc? Yeah, I worked undercover for a couple Kylo and C's nasty again, some black butchers in the 444s. Helped to bring them down from the inside. Glad to be out of that detail. I was good at it, but doing that sort of work takes a toll. I have to go. Pretty cool that he paints, not gonna lie. I really like that. Got so many new people to talk to. Okay, that's how we get to Valhall. Yeah, let's talk to other people. I mean, as I said, we're not going to do the final mission today, so we're not in a rush. Does Ultima have a bad cook? Why doesn't Ultima have bad cooks? Honestly, I don't know. A good cook will make a better morale. Anybody who serves on a ship knows that. I can only assume that Rindal is really good at something else. From what I hear, he used to be a target officer on a rebel Hulk missile carrier. Maybe he's the guy who sets up Bing Tang's defense perimeters, I'm not sure. Still, you wouldn't think a bunch of damn Filipinos and Indonesian pirates would stock a half-decent spice cabinet, but no. It's all packaged mixed spices, mostly Saga and instant noodle packages. I'd killed for some sambal oak a month ago, after Radar tried to make some BK Gorange using fast food chili packets. They finally let me go ashore for supplies. What do you know about the Joe? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce half these words, I'm gonna be honest. Quite a bit. They're pirates, they live around Hong Kong, and Jumbos are slightly crazier than most of them. What else is there to know? Sorry, I assume you're interested in something particular. How'd they get started? They were Filipino refugees, two clans, Vijono and Valoa. Aloha, recently the Japanese occupation of the Philippines. Some joined Hulk rebels, but decided to join the hiking and fishing communities around Hong Kong. Over the years, they intermarried at first with each other, and then with the Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysians as well. The whole venture is pretty much a family affair. Each ship tends to be run along family lines. The captain is family elder, back up their spouse as a first mate. The eldest child, sometimes a sibling, is bosun, and their kids are deckhands. It seems to work out well. It's basically just a family business, and fleets and ships are extended family. Chastity gestures towards an expanse of batting, smiling crookedly. Because of that, they're united. They're independent. Take the Bintang, for example. It isn't just Utah's ship. It's her families, her house, her business, and her legacy to pass on to her children. That's part of why they don't just stand up and fight as much as they do here in Joblands. Nobody wants to get their family killed. Where do they operate? They go anywhere in the South China Sea. I've heard stories that they go far north as Hangzhou. Sometimes they make it run down to Darwin if the cargo's right. But in terms of their home base, it's been Sengkang for 10 years. They're 100% Hong Kong natives, even if some of the locals don't think so. The reading's taking their out of my lungs right now. I guess the part of why I like them so much. They have a kind of mixed up multinational family that makes modern world so interesting. Their only nation is their fleet, and their language is a mix of Indonesian, Cantonese, Tagalog, Malay, Spanish, and English. They're beholden to no one but themselves. I admire that thing in this day and age. That's pretty cool. What's a pirate life like? Chastity frowns, glancing at you in a sidelong fashion. Why are you asking about me and not Jomo? You know him better than me. I only know what I see from Val's side. I mean, I guess people that I know more about them than most people. She tries and shrugs. Okay, well, I guess our first thing to know that it isn't as glamorous as they make it out to be. Most Vajolo ships are living hand to mouth. They don't have any savings, and they can wind up stranded if something breaks down at sea. It's mostly a lot of sailing around, bribing harbour masters to find out what ships are carrying the good stuff, then running off to steal it. Some pirates show up with big guns. This family would rather do it with fast hit and runs. Sure, they got big guns, but they only ever use them as a last resort. Ammo costs money, you know? Why are you hanging out on a boat rather than in a safe house? I like boats. I like sailors. Chastity shrugs. I spend a lot of time as hide muscles on everything from drone container ships to small smuggling vessels. Most of them are small boats. Were in Avalon, though. Quick runs between small islands. Shit, I remember this one time. Chastity suddenly starts snickering to herself. The snickering becomes a chuckle, and the chuckle eventually turns into roaring laughter. She double O's, punching her side. The Vaginine? I am pronouncing that wrong. Oh, you're right. Two cats are breath coughing in an effort to catch breath. Sorry, I just suggested towards the grill one more time. The fish. Finally pulling herself together, the mercenary stands up and takes a long breath, wiping the tear from my eyes and looking for it. Alert launches into the story. God, I mind my words. Okay, this is one time when I was on a fishing boat. But the skipper was actually running guns and missiles to Bury, right? Not much danger out there aside from other gun runners and pirates. So we're taking it slow, a nice warm summer cruise. I've been amusing myself by fishing while I keep watch. I tug on my line and reeled in this amazing gilthead sea bream. It was beautiful and a good 10 kilos. She stares off in the distance, shaking her head in disbelief. I knew right then that we'll be having for dinner tonight. That's a hell of a big fish. One of the mercs on the boat was the self pistol adept. Fandusa's guy, likes his fine wine and food. Anyway, he slides up and asks me what I'm going to do with it. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to grill it up with some olive oil, lemon, and garlic. You know, the standard Greek style stuff. While Elf gets a look like I slapped his mother, he just screws his face up into a sneer and asks, "What the hell is wrong with me?" Asking how do you do it? You have to poach a fish like this. Lay it down on a bed of trifled rice, zucchini, bell peppers, and onions. You cook it slow and in foil with a touch of wine. Only a barbarian would grill it, he says to me. Chastity dips her head grin. This wasn't something I was prepared to hear. I expected him to preserve the fish's natural flavor. Grilling it was a spirit choice. I might have suggested he was delusional, the delusions of a higher class. Sorry, I just need to change the word out because I'm not pronouncing that. He countered that his method would create a superior flavor profile overall, as well would be a complete meal, and questioned if my mother had been a goat and my father a chimpanzee. That went on until had his Colt manhole barreled halfway into my mouth, and a combat knife was pressed against his shrieker. We would have kept up the argument too if the first mate hadn't doused us with a fire hose. All of this over. How do you think it would have? So how do you end up cooking it? We didn't. We got blasted in by the fire hose. The fish washed through a scrapper and back into the sea. I think we ended up having spam and eggs instead. See you. Well then. All that over a fish. Friendly all? With an easy smile, a relaxed body language, something about this all seems instinctively pleasant. Despite the myriad of guns and swords laying around on the table near him, he raises a hand and greets. "Hey stranger, always nice to see a new face out here. Nice to meet you too. You part of the crew?" "Who, me? Nah man, I'm just hanging out here until the next job. I know some of the crew and it's a good transit hub if you're going places by ship and stay off the official records. It's a pretty cool place to be honest. Name's Garrick, by the way. Wandering swordsman at your service." "So you're a Ronin or something?" "Something like that. The more you approve the term, the Hong Kong would be Yu-Hap, but the same difference." I did not know that. "It boils down, I'm a street samurai who happens to be good with blades. Guns too, but I like swords." "Where you from?" Garrick doesn't sound like a Chinese name. "I grew up on the streets in Auckland, California. Free state. You know Auckland?" He gestures towards the two tusks grinning. Non-humans weren't very welcome in San Francisco after the Japanese began protecting it. Anybody who wasn't highly connected to a normal or human god was shoveling. I'm sure you ran into somebody with an axe to grind against elves at some point in your life. Oh wow, they're actually calling out my character's race. That's very rarely happens. Think of it like that, but make it the law. Now imagine that the thugs who's been getting up in your face think you're a monster, that you're going to kill kids. Long story short, I matched us to a gunpoint. It happened right before I was born, but I heard a lot of stories. What's a California free state like these days? Just a pile of crap. San Francisco is wrapped up all by the Japanese megas. Their playground, basically. Los Angeles is an independent city state. Where the biggest claim to power and fame are the Sacramentos and Ventura. You know, the real scrapping battle. Nah, I don't miss it, not one bit. So how did you get into this whole wandering swordsman business? Seems a bit melodramatic. I grew up with stories about wandering Yahoo swordsmen and other martial artists. I love reading books like War Margin, The Deer and the Cauldron, and The Journey to the West. Hell yeah, sorry. That sort of romance to it appealed to me. It still does. An outlaw living by their own code. Fight why you missed the point of Journey to the West. Living to their own skillets. It beats the usual story: a born poor, starved, die poor. Going as towards it. Most people out here having a shred of hope that they're going to get better. When you live like that, it grinds you down. I figured if I could see my life as a modern version of one of those classics, I'll keep my spirits up, and that's worth more to me than the new yen in the world. Pretty cool guy. How do you end up in Hong Kong? Casually starts his fingers. Haha. The ties of my tragic past, a tale of revenge in foreign lands, swords and sorcery, of dead parents and criminal underworlds. You're awfully excited about a terrible event. Yeah, what do you expect? It happens when I was a kid, and that was ages ago. I live in the slums surrounded by gangsters and youngsters. Objectively speaking, it's probably the best thing to happen to me. It got me out of Oakland. I've gone to the corner store, and while I got back home, my home was on fire. Mum and Dad had been hacked up by machetes. Don't know why, maybe ability out of debt. Maybe just got on the wrong side of one of the local gangs. Long story short, a local fixer felt bad and took me in. Started me off as an assistant, and I moved my way up to his muscle as I got older. Sounds like a familiar story to me. Figured it might. People like us, we tend to come from the same kind of place. Nobody gives us an easy street no one gives up an easy street for a life of crime, unless that is seriously screwed up in that. But it's better than life begging or being at the bottom of the food chain, yeah? Anyway, once I was old enough, the big seven, the fixer hooked me up with koi life seafood, that's the word. That was when I started going on street jobs, odd jobs here and there. And I'm not an adept, so I had to scrounge to install whatever way I could afford. I'm out here because my seafood figured it'd be time for me to learn from other masters. I've been visiting monks, triad enforcers, and back alley schools for months now. Are you looking to avenge your parents? I guess, if it comes up, or if I hear something. Seems like something I should be on about to do, but it's so damn long ago I figured afford to let it sit a bit longer. Kanku shrugs, his arms helpless. Maybe it's a bit weird, but I wouldn't part for my past but I don't want my part of my past to define me. See you later, Goku. I hope you find what you're looking for. Thanks. If it happens, it happens. If not, at least I'll have an interesting trip. That's the thing, really. But where you are, live when you are. Makes sense? Very zen, yeah, correct. We talked to this guy, pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy, that guy. I thought that guy was also pretty cool. I honestly did not expect that. A bold-looking pirate stands amidst a collection of sea mines and a spiral-bound landmine. Manual one-hand cover reads Ares MK-29 naval mine. He visibly thumbs through a sad expression on his face. You need something? The pirate tosses the manual to one guy near him. Just looking around. Well, look away, my friend. You're free to roam wherever you like. You just don't touch these mines. I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory, but worth mentioning. Pirate jerks a thumb towards the mines. For any real reason Dentan and other ships are safe, that we got enough explosives to level several small islands. Without them, we'd be fighting off pirates left and right. Mines are the pirates' codes of don't even think about it. You like it here? Like, like has nothing to do with it. These pirates are my family, so I gotta stick by them. But yeah, I guess I do. I'd rather be on a beach with a bottle of whiskey, but I can sail to the beach and get the whiskey in the hold. Nobody's asking me to get shot at, and we're prosperous enough to feed ourselves. It's not a bad life, all things considered. Besides, I don't know how to do anything else aside from set up and disarm explosives. Not exactly a normal job. Sounds like you do enjoy the life. Well, find a eligible crew and get married. It's a family operation, but you'll bring yourself in if you get hit. Simple as that. Of course, you have to learn to be a sailor if you're not already one, but that's pretty easy. Why are you on my truck duty? Simple. I spent 12 years of my life with the British Royal Navy as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. If it explodes, I know how to set up and get rid of it. I wouldn't trust anyone else to handle them. That's for damn sure. No one else is trained. How do you end up being a pirate? Happenstance, mostly. You know, being the EOD tech teaches you to do in real world? Absolutely nothing. There's not a lot of call for bomb disposal outside of police, and after my tour of duty was up with the Navy, I'd had enough and followed orders. After 12 years with Her Majesty's salty service, my main aim was to get drunk and forget about being a sailor. I packed up my kit and went around the world. Ended up in Milan, half dead of alcoholism, and met a local girl, Christina. I got serious, she introduced me to her family, and turned out they were pirates. After I got married, I figured I might as well make myself useful, so we're here, priming the minds, and more things change, for more things to stay the same. See you later. Cool. Same. That's pretty cool backstory. Just looking around a bit more. The sergeant takes a long drag from a cigarette before meeting her eyes. She's preoccupied with something. Oh, so you are here. She closes her eyes, allows the smoke to spill from her lips, and opens them again. What brings you to my corner of the yard, runner? If you have time full of questions, yeah, I'd imagine you are. She taps a cigarette, and ash goes on the ground. Go ahead, ask away. How do you wind up with this gig? Things were getting stale back out of the office. She grabs her nose, gives it a short rub and sniffs. Actually, they'd be stale for a few years. I needed it out of the lifestyle of cycle death, the constant sound of typing fingers, the suffocating stench of cologne. She looks up like my guy. I can smell the old boss coming from down the hall. Can't blame you, man. It's a real relief getting away from that. Being stationed on the docks has its drawbacks too, but I'd call it world better than alternative. What do you do when you're not being a cop? It's hard to clock out once you get your badge. A lot of rookies don't realize that it's a 24/7 lifestyle, and you better get it. The more it engulfs you. Leaning into a cigarette, small clumps of going ash hits the ground. It's like a radar won't turn off, or a sixth sense or whatever. She rolls a stick between her cigarette. The point is, I don't get any free time. Shame, life as a cop sounds like a huge drag. One could say the same about being a Shadowrunner. I have to go. Back to it. Oops, did not mean to open that. Can we actually go look at the guns? Is something around here? Oh wow, we can actually walk around here. Oh, there is a guy. There's a... Oh, the quartermaster's here. They literally just picked up a dock. No way. They literally just picked up a dock and brought it here. That's so weird. A powerful built woman standing by one of the huge guns smoking a cigarette. She's carrying a cyberdeck and assault rifle is slinging across the side. She has wide eyes alertness as someone who's either supernaturally hyper-aware or has a lot of hardware. Her stance is easy, it's relaxed, as a posture of someone who's already flight or fiat moment notice, but does not expect that she'll have to. The woman nods at you, takes a drag of a cigarette. You must be huge in. I heard about that dust up of a tiger's name. Glad to see you're out alive. Yeah, me too. You work with Altman on a crew? Nah, first time here. I'm just waiting for the rest of my crew to show up. The woman looks up at you, down at you. You look exactly how I thought you would. Heard some stories about your business with Joseph Sang. You can call me Triple Alpha, by the way. Us old runners, we gotta stick together, you know? Stay by your crew, they stay by you, and you can't count on anyone else. She purses her lips, looking around with an annoyed expression. If the crew would ever freaking get here, why am I always the first one on the scene anyway? I want to get out of the shadows and onto the beach. You look like you've seen a lot of action yourself. Alpha gets a rough crackle. Women, you don't have a half of it. You tally up the ones I've been on, I think I might have seen more stuff than even Fast Jack. I might be as old as him, but I think I take jobs a lot more regularly than he does. I've been to Los Angeles, Seattle, Hong Kong, to Berlin, and everywhere between. Seattle, Hong Kong, and Berlin are all the places all the free games have been set. If you didn't know, that's a nice little nod to all of the games, I think, and everywhere else in between. If it's a weapon, I've fired it. If it's a corporation, I've run both for and against it. The woman gestures languishedly to her cigarette as she speaks. It's never dull, I'll tell you that. How big of a team do you have? We've got a rigger, a mage, and a adept. I guess they're also a jack of all trades too. She's not really good at anything, but she's got a lot of heart. Totally unafraid to march alongside us, even if she can manage to pluck away the crappy pistol of hers. And then there's me. You can guess what I do. Alpha jacks to a side deck and assault rifle sticked across the back. Sounds like a solid crew. They're a good bunch, highly skilled, quiet, and we get along. You can't ask for more than that. Are you staying out of the shadows for good? Alpha shakes her head and stares into the distance. Nah, I don't think so. I've been running the shadows for my whole life. It's all I ever know. I don't know how I could do anything else. This is more of a vacation, a break if you will. My brain is wondering if this is someone's player character that they play in. I figured I'd take a break. Hit some beaches, take a sight off the beaten path, and come back when rested. You keep doing the same thing forever, you're bound to burn out. Alpha glances up and gives you a little grin. You must be paid quite a lot to be able to take a break without much time. She grins at you. I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of rolling in the money yet. It's a little bittersweet, I guess. Not how long we're going to get out of life. It'll be a few years at least. A lot of our gear and hardware is getting old, and it's harder to keep up with other runners out there. That kind of upgrade takes time, you know. Not only do you have to try down the new stuff, you have to replicate and all that. Pretty sure we'll be back though. And then when we are, she makes a loud whistle and grins wildly. Better watch out, because we'll be on top of the line. So what are you going to do once you're out? Besides for the nice beach somewhere, I don't know, there's plenty of interesting stuff to see around the world. She takes a drag on the cigarette and ponders the question. I want to see old ruins, you know, temples, castles, that stuff. I like history. I'm always excited when I get to go to old cities like Rome or Athens. Heck, with as much money as I've got, maybe I'll take a trip to space and play tourist up there too. Never been to space before. See you later, Alpha. Hey, you take care of yourself, okay? It's a rough world out there. No one's gonna look out except for you and your crew. I like your style. I kind of feel like we've got the same kind of run. So watch your back. She takes a long drag from her cigarette and flicks the bar from lighting anyone. Always, Alpha. Good woman. Never hurts to be careful. She touches a finger to her brow and salutes you. Good luck. I think we might run into each other again. After I get the upgrades and taking a bit of a break, looking forward to see what happens. Alright, and now time to actually talk to the person that we need to talk to, and then we'll end the stream. Hello. Q's command trailer is strangely peaceful. The crew systems of experts formally manned, multiple terminals inside, is nowhere to be found. The omnipresent hum of the trailer's computer bags is full and silent. The senior inspector glances on the desk, half turns to face you. Good. The sentence trails off, as nothing. Trails to nothing as she squeezes his eyes shut, wincing, hands to her temples. I can give you a minute. You okay? Will be, mind drained. She rubs her temples with both hands. Feels like someone lit a fire beneath my eyes. If I were you, I'd check that out. Omar has doctors stashed away somewhere. She waves a suggestion off. I'll be fine. I already know what's causing it, and it won't be a problem anymore. I ditched it after alarm turned on us. The necklace, you mean? She nods. Yeah, it hurt to use. Like, looking through the lens of the ground as someone through else's prescriptions. Made the drain from spellcasting hermits too. Truth is, I've been in constant pain for the past couple of months. Cause of doing business, I guess. I'm sorry to hear that, but you're tough. You'll push through it. Yeah, I will. I won't be on the other side of this thing anytime soon, though. The drain that I soaked up, breaking us out of that trap, didn't help either. I'm not 100%, and I probably won't be for months. I don't need you 100%. Get me into a room car and I'll handle the rest there. You might have to, but let's hope that it doesn't come to that. She shakes her head and clears it, gritting her teeth in discomfort. Okay, we got a job to do. Let's do it. Hang on. There's a couple of things I want to discuss before we go into this. She sighs heavily, rubbing her bridge. Yeah, okay. I guess I owe you some answers. Go ahead. And what do you want to say you got my attention? You owe me an apology, Q. She twirls her lips in a grimace. This is about the magical interrogation. I told you. Told you that I was sorry about that. Say it again, like you mean it this time. Is this what it's about? You want to grow that? Fine. I'm really sorry I hurt you, Eugene. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have to do it. But I did. But I didn't feel like I could retrieve the intel coup pulled from you. After all that's happened in Tiger's Den, the reason should be obvious. Why should be obvious. You had suspicions that Q was working against the task force. Yeah, alright, I get it. Apology accepted. Good, thank you for being reasonable. Now, please can we look at the PDA? No, yeah, I want to still go search some stuff out. Alright, fine. Tell me about your magic. I need to know more about your capabilities before we enter the field again. You saw what we did in Tiger's Den is what you get. I can make you move fast, I can make your aim better, I can reduce small groups of assholes and their components to atoms, and in a pinch I'm a crack shot with my duty weapon. So we're going, so we got that going for us. That's about it. That's what I can do. But like I said, I'm not operating at peak efficiency right. Truth be told, I'm having trouble even standing up straight. Another hit of drain like the last one, I'll be in trouble. Let's make sure it doesn't come to that. You told Lamb that you suspected Coop, but not him. Why? Because he was an idealist, a damn cheerleader, truth be told. It was always moralizing, on about how the standards that we need to hold ourselves to. She grins her teeth in aggravation. He used to harp on about transparency and accountability and how we're supposed to serve as a public first and the council second. So, sounds reasonable. It was irritating as hell. I wanted to strangle the bastard sometimes, but I never doubted his sincerity. You kept a secret from Lamb. I want to make sure that you aren't keeping any from me. If I had more surprises in store, I'd have sprung them on you already. But I don't, Eugene. I'm pissed off, I'm hurt, I'm tired, and I'm scared to death of what's coming. But all that I can really do is lie down and sleep for a month. But that isn't an option either. I believe you. Let's take a look at the PDA. Go ahead, fish the thing out. I'm ready when you are. You fish out Lamb's PDA, the evidence bag that Cooper in. The evidence is in bad shape, its case is warped and bent, but the screen winks out in your command. With a slight seeped with Lamb's dried blood, it looks like the red glisten thin and watery. You can make out the texture underneath. Browse the PDA's file systems. Search for inbox. Read the first message. Cool, Wallace, Lamb, and the package delivery. Everything is ready on our end. You need to hold up the end of the deal. The package has to be delivered before the wild card leaves the evidence room, or this whole thing is gonna get messy. I'm the package, I guess, making me the wild card. She rolls her eyes. What an idiot. If he wanted to speak in code, he could have just been a little less obvious about it. If things get messy, it's your ass, Lamb. Crowd wants this to go by the numbers, and that means both the package and wildcard caught in the same trap. We can't chance the package catching a bullet before we can question her, and a firefight in the hallway could raise questions. You know your job, do it well, and you'll get what you promised. Things didn't go the way they'd planned. Khan must be pissed. I hope she's furious. Hell, I hope she chokes on it. Second message. Look, Khan, Lam, and Mr. Lam. Much as I appreciate your concern for citizens, it's not your place to question my tactics. The behavior of the SDU is none of your concern. The charges that you hope to see will never come about, while Miss Dama is viewed favorably by the Executive Council. Our client wants to see its reputation tarnished, and a certain number of heavy-handedness on our part is necessary to make that happen. It is your part of the plan, Senior Inspector. Do your job, and let me do mine. Alright, so where Khan and people come down onto this, the massacre at the end of Kowloon City riots, the police brutality that led to riots in the first place, they were all intended to hurt Mitsurama's PR. What's their end goal? Why would anyone spend this much money to tank a reputation of their own police force? The message said something about changes. It was pretty hazy on the details, though. Yes, hazy. Let's keep reading. Search for outblocks. Oh wow. First, from Lam to Ku. Okay, I'm in. Alright, Ku. I've reconsidered your proposal and I want it. You're right. Q has lost her course. She's corporation to a bone, and trying to argue with us is like talking to a brick wall. She doesn't give a damn about what the HKPF is supposed to stand for. All that matters to her is the company's bottom line. Oh, fuck you, you little weasel. At least I don't turn on my own people for a paycheck. Okay, damn. It's funny. I used to be such an idealist. I joined the HKPF because I wanted to help people, but that isn't what the organization is about. Whatever the recruiters say. Good cops don't have a place in Mitsurama's police force. The corporate culture of the HKPF either changes them if they're weak, or chews them up if they're strong. Either way, they wind up broken and I can't be a part of the machine anymore. The big changes you're talking about, it's a chance to fix things. A real honest-to-God chance. And so as much as I hate your methods, I'm going to help you. I'm not going to do it for money. I'm doing it because I want the HKPF to be better, and this is a chance to make it so. A remote chance. Maybe it's better than nothing. Big chance. What do you think he's talking about? I don't know, but I don't like the sound of it. Tell Khan I'm in. I can bring Q and I can help you dismantle their task force. But you should know that if you don't been bullshitting me, if things don't change for that, I'm coming after you. You can count on that. Tough talk. You think you could back it up? Lamb? No, not in a million years. Before would have gotten himself killed one way or another. Still, we learned something here. Lam was convinced that Khan and people were working towards something sort of shake-up for HKPF. A big change. What kind of change do you think they're talking about? Not sure yet. I don't want to speculate until we pull everything on this PDA that we can. Let's keep reading and see what else we can turn up. And looking at the time, we probably are going to go a little bit over time. Second message. Land to Tong, I mean justice. Iran. I know that you have a reason to hate the police, but hear me out. What happened to your family was wrong. I'm going to do everything I can to make it right. I can't bring your husband back, but I can make sure the constable who killed him is paid for their crimes. Big changes are coming, I promise. Between then and now, please allow me to cover your mortgage payments. I've recently come into a large amount of money, and I want you to have it. Consider it a show of good faith until I can bring justice to those who deserve it. I don't know anything about this. She frowns. Must be related to our old haste lands before he got inside the task force. Or maybe it was a personal thing, a friend of his, or a romantic interest. There's someone he cared about as much. That much is clear. Feels like a motive to me. The woman's husband died, Lam feels guilty, and he signed on to the card to try and make amends. Yeah, maybe. Grouping up on the people responsible for Kowloon City massacre out of guilt, though. Sheik said. What kind of ass-backwards way is thinking that? Well, yeah, can't make an omelette and all that. The whole thing raises more questions than answers. Keep going, there has to be more in here for us to find. Third message. The message is being corrupted. A meaningless echo. Live chat folder. Live chat, huge in. Read chat exchange. Did you authorize a second mind probe on Shang while she was unconscious? I'm looking at a transcript of her interview and she insists 2 mages were screwing around in her brain last night. No, I was against you having her scanning in the first place, remember? Why would I give authorization for 2 different mages to poke around in her brain? I don't know, maybe you would want to set of 2 findings against one another. I know you have trust issues where magic is concerned. I didn't authorize anything, Lamb. Unless we have a second magical interrogator that I don't know about on the task force, I'm going to go ahead and guess that she making it up. So, what? You just want to dismiss this? You don't think it warrants further investigation? In a perfect world, I tell you to knock yourself out. But right now, in the world that we live in, there's no time for that. We're too close to Kara to go hunting for a mystery mage who may or may not exist. The council doesn't want any more delays, Lamb. Neither does Mitsurama. And so drop it and do your job. I don't want to have to tell corporate about this. Alright, Fee, you win for now, but this discussion isn't over. Yeah, Lamb is. Keep going, Kyujin. Let's see what else there is to see. Junk mail folder. Lamb's junk mail folder is a place full of gills, it's packed full of gills and all manner of unsolicited messages, scam messages and advertisements from illicit drugs to Zona's electronics and countless pornographic images fill the screen. It'd take days to sort all of these out of anything useful. You'd search for trial and searching trial and error would likely expose the PDA to a whole set of nasty worms and viruses. Ugh. Remaining to never open my own junk folder. Search for junk folder for tagged messages. I don't know what I'm meant to be searching for. I'm sure there's like things here. My dyslexia is really messing this up for me. Yeah, cancel. Search trash bin. Digging reveals the buried PDF trash can. Looks like Lamb intended to get rid of it, but he did not die for. Okay. Read my uncovered file. Carl, Mr. Koo tells me that you accepted off and welcome aboard. Once you deliver Koo, report to me and we'll have you relocated to Tal facility. You'll be safer there and we'll have the location of the 24-hour guard for obvious reasons. From there on out, we'll need you to do all that we need you to do is keep your head down and count the money. You keep up your end, and soon you'll be a very wealthy and influential man. If Cause Quiet, whoever it is, has something to do worth guarding in Tapo, maybe that's the area that we need to check on next. Let's keep going. This is good intel, but we need to get everything out of the PDA that we can. Oh, damn. Flag, typo, 1 file found. Good catch, Eugene. Kowloon Le Koo Lamb. Keep your mouth shut. Don't make me regret the fact that I brought you onto the team. Quit haggling Kat about your high-minded bullshit. She's a busy woman, she doesn't want to hear it. Kat is a businesswoman. She isn't paid to change things. She just wants to get paid. If you keep hopping on about the people need, you're going to piss her off, and then we'll both land on her shit list. I get that you have ideals. I respect them, but repeat this to yourself and let it sink in. The people aren't paying us. Ares is. We do what we do. We do what they say, and sometimes that means hurting people. Suck up and deal with it. Shit. If this is true, we got problems. Ares microtechnology is even bigger than Mitsurami is. Ares Asia Holding has a major presence on the Exterior Council. Remember, Lamb, ultimately everything we're doing is for the greater good. Just wait until you see what happens in Taupo in your own eyes. The change you've been looking for is coming, and as long As long as everything goes according to plan, it'll be here. It'll be here before you know it. Play it cool, and everything will be just fine. Cool. Obviously, whoever they are up against is going to have access to money and resources. I expected that, but Ares, well, it's a damn near worst case scenario for us. She gestures feasibly to the screen. Keep reading if you want. I have to think about this for a minute. Okay, wow. Wow, that was only one. Damn, I'm so glad I managed to just, like, my brain was like, wait a second. We can try this. I think that's got everything. She accepts the device and a grim expression. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. Q turns the PDA in her hand and flips over the dice power switch. The screen flickers and dies. She rubs her eyes, drawing attention to the dark clothes underneath. Alright, so here's what we gotta do. A kind of people are working for Ares. They're trying to tank Mitsuru's reputation with external counsel so they can bring some kind of change to the HKPF. And they've got a facility in town they're keeping under heavy guard. It's presumably relaying in charges some way. Sounds about right to me. It isn't much, but it's something. At least we can know who's holding Kat's leash. The answer to that question isn't comfortable, but it's better than not knowing at all. We all know where we're going next. Type out. That's where we'll finish this. You're right. That's where we'll get my answers. She runs her tongue across her lips and weighing them. We'll need a plan. We can't just go in blind. I've walked into worst case scenarios and come out back again. You don't know what it's like in Walled City. You're right, I don't, and I'm sure it's no you playing tough. But we're likely to be in a pretty serious outgunned when we get into Towerfall, and I don't like the idea of going in without a plan. I'm going to reach out to my contacts and see if I can pull more strings. You go back to her and inform your rest of your team. I'll call you when I know more. Go talk to him. Good. I'll be in touch. Alright, so that is where we're actually gonna end the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I will see you guys next time. It will be Blue Reflection again on Sunday, and we're starting the Devil May Cry remake next week. Until then, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and goodbye.